right, we're here. You ready? Because once we get started, I'm gonna be riding your tail till this is over. She stays with the ship, usually. Got a few more years to go before I let her swill whiskey in some backwater bar. There's something you should know up front. I'm a Co. As in Solomon Co., first man on Aquila. That tale I mentioned before, the one I think is connected to an artifact, it's something of a family legend. After Planetfall, Solomon spent years mapping Aquila, and he found a tiny little patch of nothing on his sensors. The kind of nothing an artifact produces. He called it the Empty Nest. Said it was a place even the wildlife of Aquila wouldn't go. Solomon's maps are locked up tight in the local gal bank. We'll be heading there.
And you're springing for the new reactor? It's still under manufacturer's warranty.
Yes. Can I get an invoice?
What'd you need one of those for?
Corporate policy.
Is it okay if I just write it on a notepad?
As long as it's written and signed, it could be on a loaf of bread. Got another freighter that needs clearance on New Homestead after this one.
Got anything you need to offload? Trade authorities, you should inspect your ship for heat leeches every couple landings. They'll cause plenty of havoc if left unchecked. Looks to me like you're already in pretty good shape.
Hold it. By order of Marshal Daniel Blake, I need to inform you we've got some trouble at Gal Bank. Folks might be in danger, so you may want to steer clear.
Never a dull moment around here.
I know you. You're Sam Coe. Marshal will be damn glad to have another Freestar Ranger helping out.
Afraid your information is a couple years out of date.
I guess that'd be the Marshal's call. Frankly, it ain't going well. Looks to be a stalemate. Maybe a little outside help would do some good.
Well, I doubt those robbers are gonna let us leisurely peruse the Galbank vault. We better see if we can help move the situation along. Aquila City. Feels like I spent half my life trying to get out of this place.
Maybe we will.
Like who?
Not you, and not one of your rangers, and not these city guards neither.
The hell am I supposed to do with security around here? You need to stand back now. I don't mean to be rude, but I don't know you. Now please, stand back.
Aquila City at its finest, I see. Never a dull moment.
Well, I'll be damned. Sam Coe. Been a long time. I won't hold my breath about you being here to take the badge again. Listen, Sam, just so you know, I don't blame you for how it went down. For the others, though, you might get a different reception.
Thanks. I appreciate you saying so. But I figure some of that reception is owed. Still, I appreciate the sentiment, Marshal. It seems you got a situation. My friend here may be the answer you're looking for.
All right, Sam. I'll trust your judgment on this one. Some folks from the Shaw gang tried to rob the place, but they got spotted by a guard. They took everyone inside hostage, and now they're keeping a watch so we can't move against them. They're using the intercom to communicate. They won't talk to me. say they don't trust the badge. They want a neutral negotiator. In other words, they didn't have a plan for this, so they're stalling while they come up with one. All right, I'm willing to allow that. But a few things first. Say what you have to, but whatever they ask for, there's no way in hell I'm giving it to them. Also, there are lives at stake, so don't get cavalier. Find out what they want, and then report back to me.
Take it slow and steady. Look for every opportunity to de-escalate. You got this.
You in the bank. I'm sending in a negotiator, so don't shoot.
Hands where I can see him, and don't try nothing. You're the negotiator, huh? If you think you're just gonna walk up here and get us to surrender, you're dead wrong. We'll cooperate when we get what we want. So tell me, stranger, how do I know you're gonna deal straight with us? I don't know you, so why should your word mean anything to me? Well, I guess you have a point. I see what you mean. Okay, fine. I guess that's true. Yeah? Well, maybe that's just what you want us to think, so we'll give up. Nothing you say is gonna change my mind, so let's just move on. We want to guarantee a safe passage to the spaceport and a ship. We'll drop the hostages off somewhere safe in the system. After that, we'll radio back where they are, and the Marshal and his crew can come and get them. But if anybody follows us when we break orbit, we start shooting people. Got it? What, you think we want to stay locked up in here? Hell no! Oh, hell, the Freestar Rangers have got ships. They can give us one of them. This whole damn job's gone wrong. It was supposed to be just a quick hit. Clean and simple, you know? So let's all try to keep our heads, yeah? Because my guys, they're going crazy in here. I don't know how much longer we can last. What do you mean? It's up to the Marshal to make sure the hostages don't get hurt. Part of me just wants to be rid of these people. But we need them right where they are. Damn it. I didn't think of it that way. Maybe you're right. Nobody gets hurt, we won't have to rot in jail for the rest of our lives. Yeah, that would be a lot worse. None of us want to be murderers. Things just got out of control. If anyone gets hurt, it's because the Marshal didn't do his job. Nah, you go tell the Marshal to get that ship ready so we can all walk away from this thing without anybody getting hurt.
Those guys are scared. I can tell. I heard every word. He's talking too loud. Sign of fatigue. All that fear and exhaustion are taking a toll. They're not thinking straight. That puts us in a very precarious position. I appreciate your idealism, but there were only ever two ways this could end. You've already ruled out one of them, so that leaves us with only one option. We have to free the hostages by taking out their captors. Problem is, they're keeping me and the guards in sight at all times. If we try to move against them, they'll see us coming. You'd be willing to do that? You've got guts, that's for damn sure. I can't deny that you're right, though. They might not see that coming. Now, I see two ways we can play this. You could ask to see the hostages. Once you're inside, you can make your move. If you're quick, I think you can take them out before they have a chance to respond. But you'll have to shoot to kill. There's also a back door. Most of their attention's focused out front here, so they may not be watching it as closely. This key should unlock it.
I'm sure everything will turn out just fine. This is nothing we can't handle.
I feel sorry for him. Well, sometimes.
Thank you so much.
To the victor goes the spoils.
Now
I said that right.
Solomon Co. and you. Shaw gang.
I heard the fight. The hostages, are they safe? That's good to hear. Those people aren't just citizens of the Freestar Collective, they're like family. We all are. As for the Shaw gang, we'll grieve for them too. Here, you've more than earned this. You got us out of a tough spot, and you did it with courage that's not common. As a matter of fact, you might just be Freestar Ranger material. If you're interested, head on over to the Rock and ask for Emma Wilcox. She handles the new recruits.
All right. Now that lives are on the line, let's get back in Galbank, see if we can get those maps.
Shimon, baby.
Marco! Are you alright? They didn't hurt you, did they?
It's okay.
Tom's paid.
I'm okay. I just need a minute. The worst thing is, I could really see loving it here. We just need a chance.
You got guts, no doubt about that.
Mostly. Still feels a little weird, though. Guess I'm not used to having the tube out. But it's nothing that would keep me from getting back out there.
You need to give it more time, Hilda.
Guess that means you won't be telling the Marshal that I'm approved for field duty.
Not yet. There could still be a setback, and I need to be close at hand if that happens.
Fine, fine. But you should know that I'm crawling the walls in here.
You just take it easy. Shouldn't be long now.
Well, hey there.
I can patch you up, or if you need supplies, I've got those as well.
Right now, not much of anything. Doc says I need a rest. Meanwhile, I've been trying to make myself useful, reading dispatches and reports and such. That way, when I'm cleared for field duty, I'll know the lay of the land.
Some days it feels like if I stopped stitching people back together, the whole city would be a ghost town in a week. Overall, not too bad. People keep me hopping all the time. Mainly it's minor scruffs, bruises, the occasional broken arm. The real work is when someone gets attacked by an Ashta. Those are the bad times. Okay, let's see how bad it is. Good news is I've seen worse. Bad news is not many. Hold still now. All right, you're good to go. Here's what I've got on hand. Enjoy Aquila City, and for God's sake, be careful.
Just waiting around. Should have brought something to read.
You're probably looking for Mary.
The doctor can provide any supplies you might need.
A lot of famous people visit Aquila.
Nobody ever accused those boys of having an
Hiya.
overabundance of common sense.
Got into a tussle with a Shaw Gang smuggling ship in Kodos orbit. Had to limp back to Aquila City, with my ride mostly in one piece. It was a bit of a hard landing, you might say. Got a few broken ribs and a concussion. Turns out one of those ribs punctured a lung. Had a breathing tube in for a spell, but that's gone now. Seems I'm healing up pretty good. Yeah, of course. Everyone knows a thorologic tube is the right approach for that problem. Got into a tussle with, had to limp back to Achilles. It was a bit of a hard landing. Turns out one had a breathing tube in for a spell. Last I saw, it was on fire and doing a swan dive into the Kodo sky. I appreciate you saying so. Truth is, I've been in tougher scrapes than that. But here I am, still carrying on. That's it then?
Work hard, play hard. That should be the Freestar motto.
Don't be causing trouble now. Helga says I spend too much time at my terminal. He's probably right.
Need something? You got some business with me? Really? You must have impressed the Marshal. I'm guessing he wants to recruit you, so I'll tell you a little bit about who we are. Well, the Freestar Rangers ensure the safety and security of the Freestar Collective and its people. We might hunt down a fugitive, break up a smuggling operation, investigate a starship theft, or put some would-be bank robbers behind bars. Whatever needs doing to keep the people safe, we do. Sure, but we Rangers work across the whole of Freestar Collective space. It can be, yeah. We tend to get called in when there's a threat too big for local security to handle. So that means we hunt the most dangerous game. I imagine you've got some questions. I'll answer anything I can. I'll say right up front that if you're looking to get rich, this ain't the line of work for you. But yeah, we do get paid from time to time to help with expenses and such. Well, in theory, a Freestar Ranger can go anywhere in Freestar Collective space, even private property. But of course, it doesn't always work out that way. We also have jurisdiction over any local security when we're tracking a fugitive. The number's always changing due to retirements, recruiting, and unfortunately, death in the line of duty. But as far as I know, there's never been more than a dozen Rangers at any one time. Okay then. A word about myself. I'm in charge of making sure anyone that wants to be a Freestar Ranger is up to the task. That being said, the Marshal wouldn't send you here if he didn't think you had potential. So, what's it gonna be? Are you ready to sign up with the Freestar Rangers?
Might be a good fit for you. The Rangers can do a lot of good.
Before I hand you a badge, I need to know you can handle the job. You helped out with the hostage situation, but sometimes people just get lucky. Tell you what, use the mission terminal and take one of the listed jobs. Your choice. Come back alive, and we'll talk about you joining up. Then I suggest you get going.
Just let me drink in peace. A year or two back, I shared a drink with Ron Hope. That man can drink.
Good to see you.
These rangers are some hard...
Not everyone gets to say they work at the Rock.
Might be hard work, but it sure beats living under the poop.
Appreciate you stepping up the way you did. No, not usually. Well, at least not on the scale of bank robbery. The worst we usually get is public drunkenness and drug dealing. Remember to talk to Emma Wilcox at the Rock if you want to join up. We're peacekeepers. We protect the people of the Freestar Collective. Usually that means hunting down criminals and bringing them to justice. Emma Wilcox can tell you more about that. Go see her over at the Rock if you want to sign up.
You gotta drop some of that. Outside the wall, things get dicey. Ashta are no joke, even for us.
So lot 37.
The building there needs work, but it could make for a very good home.
Any paperwork we need to file to clear it out? Is it zoned for commercial use?
This isn't the UC. As long as you are courteous to the neighbors, do what you like.
We're still waiting on the loan from Galbank.
I must warn you, ma'am, that folk in Aquila are very particular about doing business with the UC.
When they see our prices, I'm sure they'll come around.
As you say.
Everyone says Mr. Tate is the man to see for real estate.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mr. Tate, and you have the look of a newcomer. Welcome to Aquila City. I don't suppose you're in the market for real estate. If so, then look no further. No, certainly not. But you have the air of someone with means. And these properties are a real bargain, I assure you. In the heart of the Freestar Collective, who wouldn't? I have 2 properties for sale. This one here is a refurbished colonial manor in the heart of the core. I also have a more modest 1-bedroom in Midtown. Any interest in them? Wait, before you go. My instinct says you're a person who knows how to work with their hands, or in this case, heavy equipment. Are you familiar with mining lasers? Excellent. There are so many in the stretch, living in terrible conditions. The Low House and I are working together to make cheap, affordable housing. But the land we want to build on has hard stone that needs to be cleared. There is some pay, but everyone involved in this project is doing so at a discount. Once you clear the land, we'll be one step closer to changing some lives for the better.
even read Jim's inventory?
You need a magnifying glass for it.
It looks like we're down 2 crates of aluminum.
No, the guard took that to reinforce the railings on the wall. I have a note from Bailey here.
2 crates aluminum. Signed Bailey. Not one for paperwork, is he?
You're lucky you got that much.
Well, as much as I can tell, it seems in order. Welcome to the stretch.
Another day, another tourist.
Did I leave the stove on? Okay, just making sure. I found an old Earth book the other day. Swear to God. And it wasn't even Dickens. Good find. It might be worth a ton of credit.
Step right in, ma'am, and feast your eyes on the marvelous attractions of
This is just what the stretch needs. Or down on your luck animals.
Welcome, welcome! Let me ask you a simple question, friend. Are you prepared to see something so wondrous and strange that you're sure never to forget it? With pleasure. We got animals from the deepest, darkest corners of the settled systems. What you'll see will delight and amaze. Just a modest fee, and you can feast your eyes. I envy you, truly, for this opportunity. Step right through this door and take as long as you like perusing the menagerie. Oh, and please don't attempt to feed the creatures. In fact, it's best if you don't touch them, either.
I can read the sign.
Of course you can. But can you believe your senses? Creatures great and small from the furthest reaches.
Nice to see some animals in person.
Thank you for saving my husband. I was so so scared.
Hey, you dropped it. Wait, you meant to do that?
Feet on a job. Maybe for
Found a tooth.
What?
I spent a lot of my misspent youth in Aggies. Watch your back. And your wallet.
You must be a tourist. Aquila locals know better than to interrupt a man when he's drinking alone.
From another night.
Yeah. I wonder if we should have a tooth lost.
Take it easy. I meant no offense. I'm not the best with people. But since we're already talking, I guess I ought to introduce myself. The name's Ezekiel. Some folks around town call me Easy. Is there something I can do for you? A job offer? Huh. I haven't been on a starship in years. Well, maybe it's time to change that. But let me ask you something first. What are you looking for out there? You know, what keeps you traveling? You're one of those, huh? Seems like a common story. I've met plenty like you at the spaceport over the years. Well, for better or worse, you're clearly a person of conviction. If you're serious about your offer, I'll join you. Nope, not asking for a salary. Save your credits for someone who really needs them. Fixing things is my strong suit. I've been working as a handyman around Aquila City for years. I'm also a self-taught expert on Starship shield systems. I guarantee your ship will be in safe hands with me. If it is, I'll keep it to myself. I know what I'm getting into. I'm a hard worker. You can count on that. I can start as soon as you need me to. See you out there. In the meantime, fly safe.
You meet Aggie yet? Tough as they come, but I owe her everything.
This bar may be tough. If you got credits, spend them with Ethan. Or leave. No fancy stuff and no special orders. Ain't got the patience for it. More and more as time goes on. Plenty of folks looking to get out from under the thumb of the UC, or taking their first steps to being independent. City's been slow to keep up with all the new people. Took them forever to put up the outer walls, and at this rate, they'll need to expand again soon. You surprised or disappointed? It's my name on the outside, isn't it? Been here too damn long to let someone else come in and muck it up. Hell, even finding decent help isn't worth the trouble half the time. Ethan's got half a brain in his head, seems like, so maybe he'll work out.
Yes?
If you're hiring, I could really use the work. I'm not asking for much. Just a reasonable share.
I don't care for Aquila City as much as I used to. I'm open to that. I was in a starship accident when I was young. It killed my sister, Emmeline. Left me with this scar. I haven't been off-world since. After Emmeline died, space travel lost a lot of its luster. I couldn't see the wonder in it anymore without her. I'm a universal, so that's a heavier thing for me than most. It's a term for practitioners of Sanctum Universum. My entire family were universals. The accident happened 12 years ago. 12 years to the day before we met, actually. For a long time, just seeing a starship reminded me of her. She was the only family I had. My parents died when I was just a baby. Once Emmeline was gone, I was all on my own. They died in a starship accident too. Almost exactly 12 years before Emmeline did. Some coincidence, huh? Nobody can if they haven't been through it. That's part of the reason I've kept to myself all these years. I didn't want to bother the folks around me with something they couldn't understand. My whole life. My parents were early adopters of Keeper Aquilus' teachings. They raised my sister Universal, and after they died, she raised me the same way. The two of us prayed together every day. There weren't a lot of other Universals in the Freestar Collective, so we didn't have a church to go to or anything. Our shared faith is part of the reason we were so close when I was growing up. I'm glad she did. I was just a baby when our parents died. I never got to know them. Sharing their faith made them feel a little closer. I wanted to know what you stood for before I signed on. And my faith teaches that a person's connection to space says a lot about them. Leaving Aquila was a big decision for me. I had to make sure I was traveling with a captain who loves being out here, whatever their reason. That eases my mind. To tell you the truth, I'm still nervous about being out here. It's been years since the last time I was on a starship. If you have to. The thing that changed most about me is my faith. I was a devoted universal before Emmeline died, but I barely pray at all anymore. It's part of why I've avoided space travel all this time. Didn't see the point in being out there without something to connect to. But I'm trying to get it back. That's why I decided to join your crew. I'm trying to reconnect with that part of myself. You're right. She wouldn't. Emmeline believed our faith connected us to our parents even after they were gone. If her spirit really is out there somewhere, I hope that finding a way to believe again will make it feel closer. Maybe it'll help me miss her less, too. Hearing the story once wasn't enough for you? There was a fire aboard my sister Emmeline's ship. She died saving me from it. I'm not going over the rest again. already feel guilty about what happened to her. Reopening old wounds won't make that any better. Anything. Did you need something else?
A mirror wolf at the Low House could really use someone helpful like you. After the job you did with the bank, should be easy.
Over there. Tourist?
I give him 3 minutes before the smell chases him out.
There was genuine stretch in the nostrils there. Well, you should post a sign.
As long as they stay clear of
You'll
eye
get used to it,
contact.
eventually. Well, it isn't exactly dangerous.
So you want to come here for a half day? Full day?
A half day. I talked with Miss Kassler, and she'll give a full guided tour.
I mean, no offense, but in
Miss
general,
Kassler built this
students
whole
love
thing off
field
donations
trips.
and what she could throw
They
together.
are due.
It's not like
I
Akila's
wish we had
swimming in
more
museums
cultural institutions in Aquila City.
Everything you see here is a piece of Aquila City's history. Oh, are you a friend of Sam Coe? I do so hope you both appreciate the museum. It's about his family, after all. There are some things I would kill to have. I mean, wait, not literally. But I would pay a lot for. You see, the Coe family lost a treasure trove of old historic documents ages ago. And those documents would be priceless to have here.
Huh. Those old things.
Their absence pains me. Jacob Coe and I have talked at length, and his great-grandfather was a troubled man. He sold off various historic documents to cover debts. They could be anywhere.
Troubled is a charitable way of putting it. Great-grandpa was a walking disaster. He almost lost everything, family estate included. Those documents she's talking about, they're real. We even have a few that survived.
Your father donated what was left to the museum.
Jacob did what? I didn't think charity was in his vocabulary.
If you find any of that trove of documents, I will pay dearly for it. Thank you. Think of the future generations that could benefit from seeing such important history. Most people know Solomon Coe as the founder of Aquila City and the father of the Freestar Collective. He was an astrophysicist who lived on Earth in a place called Wyoming. Solomon was born around the time people first started living in space. Later in life, he designed starships, and when Earth was in peril, those ships helped to save humanity by taking them to new homes in the stars. The bravery and heroism it took to save humanity. Whew, goosebumps. During the Great Exodus, Solomon came to this world. He named our star Cheyenne, which was also a place on Earth, and gave Aquila its name too. He and some others built the settlement that would go on to become Aquila City, and his descendants still live here today. Aquila City was founded over 150 years ago by Solomon Coe, a scientist and explorer from Earth. Along with other settlers, Coe built the structures you see in the part of the city we call the core. Those proud buildings still stand today. The planet was dangerous, so they built a wall around their settlement. Eventually, they ran out of space and started building outside the wall. There were so many buildings that they had to build another, larger wall, forming a second outer ring around the growing city. Of course, the city didn't stop growing, and before long, the third wall, the outer wall you see today, was constructed. Today, Aquila City is the proud capital of the Freestar Collective, and the Council of Governors continues to meet here when they need to. Very well. People are proud of their history here, so we get more visitors than I was expecting. So it gets pretty busy here, especially with school field trips. if you ever want to learn more history, please visit.
Could I get the digital copy of the things I buy here?
No.
What? Why not?
I sell books, physical books.
Space is a premium on my ship. If I could download it to my slate, I could have a whole library.
There are places you can go for that, ma'am. Just not my shop. Good day.
Wait,
so many
can't
books
we...
to read and so little time. Movies, slates, theater, all have their appeal. But books, you can get a window to mankind in its earliest days. Whether adventure with Homer, or the actual thoughts of Julius Caesar penned in his own hands. And they offer visions of the future and wonderfully impossible things and might-have-beens. So, yeah, I do like books. Yes, I had a husband, but he's no longer with us. We loved to travel, and always we'd be looking for rare books. Most of what you see here are mementos. It's sometimes hard to sell, but books are not meant to be hoarded. They're meant to be shared and spark something in us. I am a bit of an aficionado of old Earth novels. Well, truth be told, it's more of an obsession. Reading their stories is a revelation, not only for, the pure imagination, but the window you get into long-gone historical eras. I'll pay handsomely for any books you find like that. Except Charles Dickens. Definitely not Charles Dickens. Oh, nothing wrong at all. When colonists were forced to leave Earth for good, cargo space was precious, and for some reason everyone thought to bring their Charles Dickens collection. No, I mean he was an amazing writer. His stories are timeless, but what I'd give for a copy of Sense and Sensibility, or the Three Musketeers, oh! The original Three Musketeers, mind you, not the dozens of interpretations of it. Who doesn't? Oh, I'm afraid there's nothing you have that I don't already have. Sorry. For purchase? Yes. We're done here.
That's no way to run a business. What happened to the customer is always right? Great customer service, just super.
The mayor's all right. Always painting too rosy a picture, though.
So, about this mythical vacation.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll go. We'll go. Just need to find a time.
I was thinking... Neon?
Neon? They're barely a part of the Freestar Collective.
So we're getting political now?
Hopetown's not that different from Aquila. Hard workers, and everyone making their own way. But... Neon?
Aquila's really the
But
heart
it could
of
be
the
so
Freestar
much
Collective.
fun. They say everything's legal on Neon.
We'll talk about it later. Welcome to the Stone Root Inn, one of Aquila City's oldest and proudest establishments.
Welcome to the
What can I do
Stone
for
Root
you?
Inn. If you're looking to stay, Eloise can
This
handle
place
that.
has been in my family
job's,
for generations.
Everything
There
else.
certainly is. My family's owned and operated this place going back generations. Why, the Stone Route's been around so long, it's even older than Midtown, and that's saying something. Aquila City folk value legacy and tradition deeply, and by running this, I get to be part of that. Always nice to see a new face. Take care.
Late one night, Annie Wilcox tried to arrest me for public indecency.
Yes?
She'll be a terror when she grows
I feel
up.
for the folk in the stretch. I try and give a credit or two to the Low House when I'm able.